What if I told you some animals eat their own babies on purpose? Not by accident, not out of confusion, but for a reason. And that's just the beginning, because the animal world is far more brutal and far more intelligent than most people think. Let's start with one of the strangest behaviors ever observed. Some fish eat their own eggs. At first, scientists thought this was a mistake. Maybe stress, maybe confusion. But later, they discovered something unexpected. It's strategic. When resources are limited, or when survival chances are low, these fish consume part of their own offspring to gain energy, so the rest have a better chance to survive. It's not cruelty, it's survival math. Now let's go deeper. There's an animal that can live without a brain, at least temporarily. The starfish. A starfish can lose parts of its body and still continue functioning. Even more shocking, it can regenerate entire limbs. And sometimes, a single arm can grow into a completely new starfish. Imagine losing a part of your body, and it grows into another version of you. Now here's something even stranger. There's a creature that can basically live forever. The Turritopsis dohrnii. When it gets old or injured, it doesn't die. Instead, it resets its life cycle. It goes back to an earlier stage of life and starts again, over and over. Scientists call it biological immortality. Now imagine this. An animal that never dies from aging, only from external danger. Now let's talk about something darker. There's a bird that forces other animals to raise its babies. The cuckoo. It lays its eggs in another bird's nest and leaves. When the egg hatches, the baby cuckoo pushes the other eggs out, so it becomes the only one. Then the host bird feeds it, raises it, protects it, without realizing it's not even its own. Now here's something that sounds impossible. There are animals that can survive in space. The tardigrade, also known as water bears. They can survive extreme heat, extreme cold, radiation, even the vacuum of space. They dry out, shut down their body, and come back to life when conditions improve. Almost like a pause button on life. Now let's talk about intelligence. Octopuses are not just smart. They are extremely intelligent. The octopus can solve puzzles, escape containers, and even use tools. But here's the shocking part. Most of their neurons are not in their brain. They are in their arms, which means each arm can act independently, almost like having multiple mini-brains. Now imagine controlling 8 limbs, each with its own level of intelligence. Now here's something disturbing. Some animals don't just hunt, they manipulate. Certain parasites can control the behavior of their host. One of the most famous examples infects insects and forces them to move in specific ways, climb to certain places, and stay there, so the parasite can spread. It's like mind control in real life. Now let's step back for a second. All these behaviors might seem strange, even shocking, but they all follow one rule: survival. Nature doesn't care about comfort or emotions. It cares about efficiency. What works continues, what doesn't disappears. And sometimes, what works looks brutal from the outside. Now here's the real twist. The more we study animals, the more we realize something important. They are not simple. They are highly adapted systems. Each behavior, no matter how strange, has a purpose, even if we don't understand it at first. So the next time you think nature is calm and peaceful, remember this. Behind that calm surface, there are strategies, systems, and behaviors that are far more complex and far more shocking than we ever imagined.